Hi, I'm Ruby Wax, and I'm here to talk about mental health. Well, one thing would be helpful is if teachers could spot the difference between somebody who was just mourning or they were sad or it's situational, because real mental health, it's a disease. It's not to do with a situation. So I wish teachers would have a photo in their office or somewhere where they could see the eyes of somebody with depression, because they don't look sad, they look dead. I saw a shark once and it has those dead eyes. So if a teacher spots that and notices that somebody's kind of gormless and has difficulty in joining in, or I always felt like a lump of cement and my hands and body were filled with lead. So if a teacher spots that, then this kid needs help soon. Because they say if you catch depression after the first episode, it might not be episodic for the rest of your life. Well, I happen to study mindfulness, but it isn't for everybody. We're all different fingerprints. But the one thing that whatever you do needs to do is understand that the gabbling in your mind, and usually it's negative because we're highly stressed, I can't, I should have, I didn't, is that you learn that this is just a recording. This is not appropriate. Maybe it happened 10 years ago or whatever. And so you get somehow, I don't know, through martial arts or through yoga or whatever, if you do it the right way, is to distance yourself a little from those thoughts, that the attention can go into your body, bring it down, and that brings your heart down. And really, the mind will never go blank, but it's sort of like a radio is playing. It means you have better focus, more attention, and when that cortisol isn't up, because teachers also need to know if you pressure cook a kid, the first thing that goes down is the hippocampus, which is where your memory is stored. So no matter how hard they work, they'll sit for those exams and not remember a thing. Well, part of the thing with when you have depression is the feeling of isolation. So it's a kind of conundrum, is that you pull yourself out of society, but the real thing you need is talking to people. But you don't really want to talk to somebody who doesn't have it. I mean, even when I saw a therapist, make sure they have depression too, because we recognize each other's eyes, and we can say over and over again to each other, it'll be okay, it'll be okay. And if you meet your tribe, your people, then you don't feel so alone. And also, you can talk about symptoms, and it's not like somebody's telling you to perk up, which they used to do with me, perk up, because I didn't think of that. So my first thing is, if you can get out of bed, or I've started this thing called Frazzle Cafes, where if you can get out of bed, you can meet your own people and compare notes, and then maybe even compare drugs, because doctors are now, throwing these generic pills at people. It's like going to a dentist and saying, could I have heart surgery? But when you meet other people, you do compare and say, does this work for you? Do you feel like this? Because the medication, if it's not working, should be changed. Also, if you recognize somebody, as I said, does have a real disease, then they need a doctor. They don't need a therapist. It's like saying to somebody, take it seriously. If you say to somebody with Alzheimer's, come on, you remember where the keys are. You can't do that with depression either. They cannot snap out of it. Take it seriously.